Hey, everybody, good morning. Welcome into the KSL Stream Center. It is a weather kind of day here in Utah, and we love to talk about what's happening out there with our weather right now because depending on where you're at here in Utah, it impacts you differently. And so as we get going, we're gonna have Matt Johnson join us, our meteorologist, to talk about what's happening with this system as it moves across our state. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and let us know what it's like in your area. If you've got a lot of snow coming down, if you simply got rain, if it's just wet in your area, let us know what you're seeing out there as we continue to have this conversation. So I'm going to bring him in right now. Matt Johnson, thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time. Or take these off so you and I can just have a little conversation here. First of all, these are your favorite days. This is what you're here for.
This is, as a meteorologist and a certified weather geek, this is what I'm looking for. But it's obviously complicates things like the morning drive or trying to get places, taking the kids to school, things like that. But for the most part, I think we've kind of gotten away scot-free in a lot of locations. You're seeing in this live shot right here, going down I-15, a lot of it's just wet.
Yep.
So.
Yep, this is our live drive cam. So this is on I-15 right now. We've got our photographer, Derek Peterson, driving. This is what my commute looked like coming in this morning. Woke up to about a half inch snow in the sandy area. The thing that really stood out to me, Matt Johnson, is visibility, right? So coming down off the benches, you cannot see across the valley. So to me, that was a sign that this isn't over yet.
Yeah. We've still got really low cloud ceilings, and, that's what's causing the visibility issues. But also, you put white snow in the air instead of clear raindrops, you're going to have even more obstruction of view. And the heaviest snow so far with this storm system has been up in basically Kaysville north to the Idaho border. They've had plenty of accumulating snowfall, especially on side streets and highways. I-15, UDOT has done great. Mm-hmm. They've been plowing. They salted. They put down a nice brine before the storm even came. But really, other than that, it's wet roads south of that mark. So Salt Lake and Utah Valleys, a little snow on the grass, like you mentioned, a little half inch. But all in all, not bad.
This is what we need. We need the water, so this is great. Tell me, what's happening with our canyons right now? Is that where we are getting a concentrated amount of snow? Yeah,
we have been. Parley's Summit, Weber, Ogden Canyon, Sardine Canyon was really bad this morning. That's let up a little bit. Part of the reason for that is because we've got the sun up in the sky now, and that kind of helps. Even though you're not getting direct sunlight, the rays still penetrate those clouds and helps plows get things clear. But not too bad in the canyons as far as Spanish Fork Canyon. They've had a little road snow, but also Provo Canyon, a little bit better than what we've been seeing up north.
Well, speaking of Provo Canyon, we actually had a crash there this morning. I was listening to our traffic folks over on KSL News Radio talking about that and how it was impacting. We did get an update from UHP this morning. About 8:15 is when we got these numbers. They had about 30 to 35 crashes as a result of weather with this storm. So what is catching people off guard? Is it simply slick out there? It wasn't slick on my commute, simply just the visibility issue.
Yeah, I mean, I would think, we just haven't had that many morning commutes with snow this year. I mean, probably on one hand we could count them. And so I think, to be honest with you, I just think we haven't really grown accustomed to it this year. Not that people forget how to drive in the snow, but they kind of do, right?
Yeah, we get reminded each time.
Exactly. It's the muscle memory comes back, and so I think that might be playing in a little bit, and maybe folks are in a rush thinking they can beat the snow or something, so...
Yeah, and you might hit a spot there on the freeway where it's a little slick. Again, this is a live drive cam from our photographer, Derek Peterson. So I can tell based on where he's at. He's headed northbound on I-15, coming around North Salt Lake area, headed up into Davis County. So this is what that looks like right now. Matt, I'm going to bring up your radar because I want you to talk us through what's going to happen here with this storm today. So here's your radar. Take it away.
All right. So you can see on the radar here. I've got to look at it on my phone, but basically, we're now tapped into the cold core of the storm. We're getting northerly to northwest flow, and what that's going to do is that's going to favor certain spots. Who's favored in northerly flow? Well, that's typically the south end of the Salt Lake Valley to Willow Valley, but that can cause a little bit of shadowing out there towards Bountiful, even portions of the northern Wasatch Front. But all in all, it's not like the snow has shut off for those locations. It's just more that they might not see as much. This storm will be tapering off and winding down the further into the day we go. Towards the lunch hour, it'll start to break up, and I think really scattered showers is what we're looking at into the afternoon. By the drive home this evening, I think most of this should be cleared out. Can't rule out a stray shower, but all in all, the further you get into the day, the less you're going to see. But you'll notice a lot of that snow is confined to Salt Lake City westward out towards about Wendover.
Yeah, I see that, Matt, and I look at and I think of past storms we've had here in Utah, and I think of lake effect. Any chance we get any of those bands coming when it's concentrated so far on the west side?
Right. There is a chance that the lake plays in. I don't know if it would be full-blown lake effect, but lake enhancement is what we call it. So the lake will help to enhance the storm that's already ongoing. Those lake effect bands typically come with a bit colder air. Our air is not cold enough right now for it, but it's definitely going to help us out. And we'll still see light to moderate snow through the lunch hour.
Okay.
But all in all, water's water, and
We need it.
we're happy about it.
Yeah, we're happy about it. Happy about it. I have been thinking just lately about how we have had storms in years past where we've got feet on the freeway, and we just haven't had that this year,
Nope.
which is kind of wild that we haven't had that major storm that just dumps inches and inches on the freeway that we're all just kind of trying to get through to get to work, and it shuts down everything. We just haven't had that this year, but yeah, we need this water, so this is good. We like this. Tell me about tomorrow.
So we'll be dry by tonight. And so,
Done.
Yeah, your morning commute tomorrow, you should be good, unless my magic 8-ball is not, working
Magic
here.
anymore?
Yeah, but this storm, every single model I've looked at has it clearing out this evening, and maybe a stray flurry in the mountains tomorrow. But all in all, it's drying and warming into the weekend.
Okay. If you're watching on Facebook, I can see we've got quite a few people on Facebook watching. Let us know where you're watching from and what you are seeing in your area. Just give us a city. Tell us, are you getting some flurries? Are you getting just heavy stuff? Are you getting rain? What does it look like in your area? It always helps Matt to know, too, as he's building his forecast, what is specifically coming down. Because, Matt, yesterday you talked about how sometimes we look like we have something coming down and it doesn't hit. What is that called?
Right, Verga.
Verga?
Yep.
Verga.
Basically, rain or snow that evaporates before it hits the ground. So.
But it has to be a certain temperature to hit that, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's all about the dry. If we have a ton of dry air in place, it's not gonna hit the ground. But so there may be some of that on the outskirts of this storm. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're on the outskirts of it, you might be seeing like you might feel like you're supposed to get something, and then it's not actually happening for you.
The old ghost storm.
I always feel bad about that. I'm like, if you're going to give me this kind of weather, if I look outside and it's gray and gloomy, give me something. I want results from this.
Yep. I totally. Or if it's highs in the teens and 20s, give me the snow.
Give me the snow.
Make it worth it.
I live in Utah for a reason. I understand that I'm going to have this, so give it to me when it's time. Tell me. I want to touch briefly on this real quick, Matt. What is our risk level when it comes to avalanches? I keep seeing a fluctuation between moderate and dangerous. So where are we at?
Yeah, so we're moderate to high. Well, I guess the official terms they use is considerable to high. Basically orange to red. Black is the highest. That's, I don't remember their terminology. Anyway.
But it's high. And tell me why that is.
Yeah, and the reason for that is that we have seen a lot of new snow within the last 7 days, and a lot of times when you get snow like that, it doesn't all come with the same consistency, right? So you're going to get varying levels of water content and temperature, and that really changes the way that the snow stacks. And so that causes instability in our snowpack. So with a fresh layer today of 6 to 12 inches in the mountains, you better believe things are going to be more unstable today, tomorrow, and the next day. So, even when it's not snowing, it can still be quite dangerous.
So our outdoor enthusiasts who love to get into the back country, I've got some family members who thrive on that. Please be careful.
Oh, yeah.
The danger is real. We've had several avalanches this year. And those who are out on snowmobiles wanting to enjoy that backcountry, just you got to be so careful. Check the avalanche danger. Look at the Utah Avalanche Center website
Yes.
and know before you go and have the proper gear with you if you intend to go. Okay, Matt Johnson, your last message. What do you want folks to know for the rest of today?
I would say take it slow on the roadways. Even if you don't have road slush or road snow out there, it's pretty wet. We're seeing road on top of the water on top of the roadways, and I mean, even if it's not snow, it's slick. So just take it slow. It's not worth it, right? With all the things we've seen on the roadways over the last few years. So plan some extra time, and this thing will be out of here by tonight.
Okay, moving out by tonight. All right, This is, again, our live look from our drive cam from our photographer, Derek Peterson. This is 400 North. I believe that's Bountiful now. He's headed north on I-15, showing us. You can see a lot of water standing on the roads on the side there. It's not sticking. It's not building up, but it's just certainly wet out there. So please be careful. You got the forecast there from Matt Johnson. We thank him for spending some time to come over and talk with us and get you prepared for the rest of your day. If anything else develops, we'll certainly let you know, and then we'll have an update for you on KSL 5 News at noon. Thanks for joining, everybody. Again, just a reminder, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you can, let us know where you watch from and how this weather impacts you. It helps us to know where it's coming down in different ways here in our state. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Have a good one.